Welcome back, Vicarious viewers. My name is Vicente, and we are back for another episode of Mindhunter, episode 7 of season 1. Hey, editing Vicente here. I just wanted to let you know that this episode was actually recorded spring of last year in 2020. This was when I was still having a lot of my software issues, which I kind of just pushed off to the side. They were frustrating, and I was like, oh, I'll get to this later. And then pandemic and politics and everything starts happening, and I got sucked into the news cycles and worrying about everything else, and I totally forgot that I had this one recorded. Then, of course, when WandaVision came out, I was so excited to get into that. I applied some updates, and the software issues were resolved miraculously. So I was able to get back into editing, and I figured, oh, I want to get back into the Mindhunter now that I'm caught up with at least the MCU stuff on Disney Plus. And I started watching episode 7 and realized I've seen this. So I looked back and I realized I already had a recording of a reaction for this episode. So I'm going through editing this and of course getting refreshed on what actually happened this episode, because some things I didn't remember, but a lot of it I was like, this all seems so familiar. But just letting you know. So if it looks like I look young, naive, and definitely not as fucking fat, then that's why. But yeah, enjoy this reaction, and I will be recording episode 8 and 9 coming up soon here. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Now, I almost didn't sit down to watch this episode because the news cycles are going a little crazy again. I don't know if you watched my update on what I've been doing lately, but I was getting kind of swept up watching the news about the virus and everything, and I'm kind of getting swept up again with the state of the world right now. America is currently on fire. And after watching a bunch of those updates, I was like, I'm going to set this down for a little while and I'm just going to watch a show for a little while. I need a distraction. Um, Whew. Everything going on. This year is insane. Ugh, make someone need a drink. Just a second. Better. Alrighty. Where were we? Mindhunter. So, the last episode was actually a little bit shorter than the previous ones. It was only like a little over half an hour. I was wondering why it went by so quickly. I realized once I started editing how short it was. But this one is almost a full hour. So, what happened last time? Oh, yeah, they were still working on the Ashland case, where the dude was kind of an incel and obsessed with this one girl and calling her his girlfriend. And she turned up dead with body parts removed. And it turns out that he was the one that initially started it, but when he called over his brother-in-law, his brother-in-law took the opportunity to then um, assault the girl, and then his sister came over, and they all helped finish her off and cover it up. And apparently, the guy even went back, found the body, and mutilated it some more. But the DA or the justice system in that town only wanted to pin it on the one guy. They weren't going to actually charge any of them in it, even though that they were all involved, especially before she even died. So they're feeling a little broken by that. Like, what good are we going to do if we can't even get the proper people convicted for the crimes that they're guilty of? Also, Holden got invited over to Bill's house for dinner. Bill's wife was super excited to meet Holden and find out who her husband has been off working with. Um, his wife, of course, gets a little heavy-handed in the discussion with Holden's girlfriend about her doubts about how well she's doing taking care of their child. who is autistic, I believe. It also looks like Bill himself doesn't know how to talk to or interact with the child or give him the attention that he needs. I'm sure being away from work and having his own stuff on his plate doesn't help the matter. I am also starting to wonder if there is some kind of divide happening between Holden and his girlfriend, since they are apart so often. Uh, oh, this whole time I was thinking that maybe Holden would have an affair with Dr. Barr, Wendy, and turns out she's a lesbian. She had a girlfriend back home, but it looks like there wasn't a lot of support there for the way she wanted to move her career, because she was seriously considering this new offer to join them at Quantico and make that her full-time job. But her girlfriend is, of course, in academia, and a lot of them have some strong opinions about the Bureau and everything. But she wound up just walking out on her and dinner. I think during that conversation, um, I think she was feeling a little hypocrisy on what her girlfriend was saying in that moment while she was holding her hand and speaking to their other academia colleagues. And she went ahead and did it. She was looking at a place close to Quantico and saying, yeah, I guess I am part of the Bureau now. But so good for her, taking some steps towards her own career and moving her life forward. Um, I wonder if they will touch more on her personal relationships. Will she meet someone else? Will her girlfriend come looking for her? Try to get her back? But all questions moving forward. So let's get into this episode, Mindhunter, episode 7. Oh, and apparently that problem with my video on the OBS is back again. If I minimize or move the OBS into the background, it freezes the video. So I kind of have like a sliver of the OBS in the corner. Like, so at least it stays in the forefront, but it's not blocking the rest of the video. If anyone's having this kind of problem with their OBS, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate any help with a fix for this. It's just a little frustrating. Or maybe just when they come out with the next update, it'll fix the issue. I hope anyway.
It is not an easy thing to break a human being's jaw.
Personal experience.
That takes practice.
We're with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Can I get something to drink?
Sure. Coffee?
Coffee's okay, I guess. Well, fuck you for wasting my time. Just messing with you guys.
Do you mind if we record?
One of those types of characters.
Tony, do we mind?
You got the paperwork?
This was pre-approved.
Okay, I'll do it. As long as I know I don't have to.
We'll take it from here.
Yeah, Tony, I'm good.
Isn't that kind of like the state of the world? I'll do it as long as you don't tell me I have to do it.
I've got my magazine subscriptions. I know what's going on.
You subscribe to
Mostly shoe catalogs.
shoe catalogs.
It's my smut.
Excuse me, I believe I'm in the middle seat.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's all right. You can have the aisle.
I really think it's best if I sat in the seat that's on my ticket.
Honestly, I would prefer the aisle, but if someone was sitting in my aisle seat, then I'd be like, get the fuck up and move.
Hey, Holden. Does this turn you on? Movies, TV, classic damsel in distress.
So what are you saying? Advertising creates psychos? All men are pervs?
No, but sex is our trigger. I'm sure Wendy has a theory. But this is how we get to him.
Please, I can switch with you.
I'm enjoying the leg room.
Aw.
You know, the way he lies is very interesting.
How so?
Well, it's just so exaggerated. He can't possibly expect you to believe it.
Well, we called him on a lie, showed him the evidence, and that ended the entire interview.
So don't back him into a corner. I'll bet you dinner that this guy's got more to add.
read the story about
Just
the
dinner?
girl at knife point when he was 15? Made her undress, took pictures, locked her in a corn crib.
Then pretended to be his own twin brother.
Right. He talked all about Jerry.
That shows how fucked up he is.
Maybe. There's something about disguise, you know, pretending to be someone else. It gives him room. For what?
On two. Mrs. Darcy Cook.
Yes?
Hi, my name is Bill Tench. I'm with the FBI.
Is this about Jer? Oh, I'm sorry. I changed my last name for a reason.
She said, is this about Jer?
Jer.
Calling him Jer using a nickname.
My feet getting bigger. I don't want big feet.
You do not have big feet.
That's right. And I
Can't
don't
help
want
it.
'em.
No way.
Come on. Please.
Jeez, the heel on that monster.
You look bitchin'.
Can I take it off now?
You don't like him?
I look like a village person.
Oh, Holden.
Oh, but as I was saying, calling the guy Jer,
Yes.
there's still a little bit of fondness using nickname.
That you? Whatever it is, could you put a pair on hold for me?
Sure.
Is he gonna take him shoes? He can sniff them. It's quite the chuckler.
How about a smoke?
I want him to light me.
Don't
How'd
push
you
your
get
luck.
that scar?
Darcy found out I was chasing skirt at OSU.
We'd appreciate honesty.
About my scar? Are you married?
Yeah,
What's your wife's name?
none of your business.
I appreciate honesty.
Make up a name.
Nancy.
How does Nancy deal with things that she doesn't understand?
I don't follow.
I honestly
Let's
don't
just say
remember the
my
name of his wife.
Was less than adventurous. What's that?
A reward for honesty.
He really does like the shoes.
You should have brought me a pair of Nancy's.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Guess he likes them broken in, worn a little.
So when did it start? Your interest in women's shoes?
It didn't start. It was always there.
There must have been a moment during puberty when it became sexual. One time my mom walked in on me jacking off. I'd never seen her so shocked. It's like I was doing something too horrible to even imagine. She thought I needed help.
She offered to help.
Psychological help.
He's gonna put him on. Oh. Ew. Okay. Wow.
Let me ask you something. Was that true about your mom walking in on you?
Yeah. Who doesn't have a weird story about their mom and sex?
You're telling a private, very personal story to a murderous asshole.
I don't think my mom's ever walked in on me.
It
Thankfully.
bothered me.
That would have been very awkward if she ever did. It's a kitty. Is that in the chute?
Hello? Where are you?
Aw. Is that the AC vent? Oh, it's a window. If it's super small, how do you even know if you can get up on there?
You weren't speaking his language. You were persecuting him about something that challenges your masculinity. That interview was personal.
No, this is personal.
Guys,
You're being irrational.
Oh, Jesus.
Where's this coming from?
I don't know. Maybe shock? It's your total lack of objectivity.
I seem to remember you encouraging us to use our families to get to him.
Use fake information as long as you establish rapport.
That's not what you said, and it's not possible.
Hey, is everything okay? Did something happen?
When I was putting him to bed, I found something under it.
She found this under Brian's bed.
Julie, I'm so sorry. You know I'm an FBI agent. I work on some rough cases.
My parents want me to get some real job experience, so I'm applying at the mall, and
But you'd still be able to sit for us sometimes, right?
Nope.
I think it's going to be hard.
I should put a lock on the door.
He's trying to get closer to you. Even when you're playing with him, I see you check your watch.
Well, to be honest, he's not much fun.
He's not much fun?
I know how that sounds, but I've tried. He's just not interested.
It takes more than turning up, Bill.
What did he see?
Yes. Ask him to look at the photos from the Ada Jeffries case. Tell him to look at the knots that were used to tie her up. They're nautical. And Fairfield is landlocked.
Hello there.
Oh my god. You look fantastic.
I make dinner.
Well, jumping into his arms would probably give him the
Don't sound
other
so
idea.
surprised.
You've been holding out on me.
Isn't that what nice girls do?
It worked. Marry me.
So I can cook for you? No.
To your fellatio skills.
Just stop.
To changing my life. To opening my mind.
Wasn't this toast about me?
And why aren't you drinking?
You have the courage to follow your curiosity. I am truly delighted to be in your life.
Well, they're moving back in the right direction. She's like, about those fellatio skills. Stay on track. Focus here. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like, aha, I thought of something, and like leave or something. Because that would definitely be another nail in the coffin of their relationship if you did that. Is it the same kind of shoe that he got the other guy? Wait, no. Was it?
Okay.
Are they the same kind of shoe? She's gonna totally feel like it's her.
Yeah, well then, that's the point.
Damn it. Aw. Oh. Come in. Okay. After a quick bathroom break, I am back, and that was a pretty interesting episode. They began interviewing a new killer. This one was definitely more trouble in getting to talk. I'm still wondering if he was telling the truth about talking to Kemper, and how much they'd talk about, like how much information could they get to each other in a place like that. I guess I guess if each of them had like friends and they could just like give it to a friend to give to their friend to give to them, I guess they could have some kind of network in that regard. But even messages going out, no matter who they're going to, I mean, how regulated would they be? Like, would they get read before they're sent or received? I wonder what the regulation was back then. I would think it'd be more strict back then. Would it be less? But they did have to break away from their regular questionnaire list and format, which Wendy didn't really appreciate, because she said we need to be consistent here in order to analyze the data and not have all these outside factors influencing the data in any way. And I understand that. But I also understand that some people you do have to adapt to get them to talk. Not everyone is willing to be as open for the right kind of interrogation. Because you don't want them to feel like it's an interrogation. It is about breaking down those barriers. Of course, relating their own stories did build that rapport like she asked them to do, but I think they could have lied. They need to be better liars in that aspect. And they could even, ahead of time, like just plan out a fake story and just go by that. It would have to be something simple enough that they could remember on the spot. maybe something similar to their own life, but they could still add other details, emphasize. I wouldn't think it would be that hard. And even that doesn't need to be consistent because it's still a lie anyway. But if they were able to come up with some kind of story and stick to it, even if it wasn't the truth, that would definitely help. Because giving out real personal details, that can be risky, especially with the type of people they're speaking to, and especially if they can get information out to others. You don't want them like relaying those details to others and maybe them discovering more about your personal life. That could be scary. Damn, does something like that happen? That would suck. There is a season 2. I was a bit shocked that he went over into the corner with the shoe. That's awkward. Yep. Didn't expect that. But I would say Holden and Bill handled it okay. How are you supposed to handle that? What would be the appropriate response? uh, but poor Holden. He is not making it easy in his relationship. Like I was saying, I could see this like wedge being formed between them. There isn't, I don't know. I wouldn't say lack of communication because in this episode they did show that they can communicate fairly well. And I was actually starting to think like, well, maybe they're not having trouble. Maybe this is working out. Everything seems to be coming back together for them. And then he gets weirded out by the shoes. Was it the same shoe? Maybe it was. Maybe he was like, "Oh my god, she actually bought the same shoe that I gave to this killer." And but I mean, don't think about it now. Just put it out of your mind. Pay attention to what's in front of you. It might save your relationship. Because I would hate if he's either subconsciously or on purpose trying to sabotage this, because it seems like they were happy together. Who knows, maybe the romance that I thought was brewing between him and Wendy, maybe he still thinks they're on that path. Aw, that's cute but awkward. He's maybe feeling something for Wendy and he doesn't know she's a lesbian yet. And that would suck if he's like subconsciously sabotaging his own relationship right now to maybe pursue that. Aw. Yeah, who knows? That may happen. What else? Oh, and Bill and his wife. Yeah. I mean, taking care of someone who's mentally disabled, that can be hard on families. And the pressure is definitely on for them. And Bill is extremely distracted by his work, and I think by the time he's done with that, he goes home and he doesn't want to like be stressed out by anything else. But avoiding everything, that's certainly not helping either. And it's certainly not doing anything good for the boy. So that's a troubling aspect. I hope they can just figure out the best course to do what's right for the boy's happiness. Because certainly in some situations he's not comfortable. If he is biting other people, maybe he does feel threatened in those atmospheres. And kids can be cruel. I certainly know kids can be cruel. That was kind of sad when the wife was telling him that that she would find him in the closet wearing his clothes, his ties and stuff. So you do see that kind of admiration, but he's autistic. He doesn't know how to feel about it or display that kind of emotion properly towards his father. I wish for the best in that situation, but this is a drama series, so we'll see how that works out. I don't see them staying together. I wonder if this will become a bigger wedge in their marriage. I hope it doesn't, but it is a possibility there. Speaking of wedges, I also see the difference in ideologies between like Holden and Bill and Wendy. She was calling Bill out on his viewpoint towards the transvesticism, and I applaud her for defending it. Like, that dressing in another gender's clothing is not a prerequisite to sociopath or murderer. I also see Bill and Holden's points that this was part of his development, and some of this, his fascination with the women's shoes and women's clothing, has been attached to his other more violent urges. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any theories? Don't give me any. Don't give away anything in the future if you've seen ahead of this episode. But let me know what you thought of this episode. Write it down in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoy reactions like this. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single one. And thanks for stopping in for this Vicarious View.